before we look message. Okay, this one. Hello. Alright, you will try to reach us quickly. Still reach us before we leave the Godi Chamber.
Reach us for 07062639275. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Reduce the volume of your radio. Your name and where they call us from.
Yeah, me your contributor almost for 90 talk.
Almost for how your side go.
My side bam. The first talk I want to talk about okay, they say now the beauty of democracy be that they don't impeach am is a right in the right direction, but make they do what they're supposed to do. The other one will concern tax. Some of us will want me to end the tax. I can't go say the Special General Police yesterday, don't bring out new one, Operation Puff Adam. I think what he talk we say those ones were responsible for kidnapping, armed robbery, and any violent crime. You understand? So what we want to talk we say the lawyers without borders and journalists without borders. We must go to CID. We will find those people where they see their captivity, where they never return back to their family.
They need to leave them because all those protesters where they arrest. Those are the things to leave them because
yes. We need lawyers without borders and journalists without borders to go all the state CID so that those people who commit crime carry their go court. The one will not do anything, let them return back to their family without any ransom or any humiliation because their wahala don't say too much. The houses where they build, where people they work for stars build for this country, my brother, it be like say that the government for every community where they build their houses. So what do you want to say? May they not carry the joint this operation or father, may they not go spoil this new way our commissioner of police don't create, they God go bless and his family. Because I listened to that for television yesterday, I think all of us throughout the country we will support waiting this new one so that they can achieve their dreams and aspiration. I think I thank them. But we want to hear from lawyers. We want to hear from lawyers without borders. Say yes, they don't. How many people they say CID today or this divisional headquarters where they don't release? If they don't will request people, we will pay them. They don't will do something, carry the book court. They will not do anything. Let them return back to the family. Thank you, and good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Truthfully, one of the ways why we continue to protest is that these those people who say because of the protest, they arrest, they release them. Because people they do peaceful protest, when they shoot tear gas, they shoot them. It don't really make sense at all. They see me no could stop your Mayama and I see them in your Mayama. It doesn't make sense at all.
Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My brother, I didn't believe I was shaking.
This ban and no ban. One side I like and one side I don't like them.
Why?
I can be so. The side where I like the ban and this thing, they head and affect the Yahoo boys. Because when you catch thief, you carry them go court. When you catch them collecting money, you empower and make it go more. Now the way me don't like it. Now the way me like the power there. The way me don't like and the same. Now, if you're being the boys like saying the opportunity. If you want to do everything, take your computer. They monitor them, go bank. Now phone call, now they say do all those things. Now phone they say do now computer they say do now bank, now they say do from bank to bank, you get better with them.
Yes.
They go with the
That is true.
Anybody who go.
I said, not be street, you wait for them.
What is the free? What do you go to wait for them to wait dress? You say, no, Yahoo. If you say you go for picture for you say, no, Yahoo. You carry them go bank. You go with those people, 120 gives you, that person will be Yahoo again. Now they end up to them. Now Nigeria will not like them. When they go to bank will open from bank to bank, from bank to the hand when you enter. So from there they track them, not for free. That one no good. Then they give people like, when they take like this, instead they increase them. Then they do them. Let people enter work. If people enter work and keep their mind easy, they know they think all those things. If they need that, many business, they know they feel like they work. Another thing now, because they don't follow it. I don't know what those managers do. I don't know whether they work up for space, what thing they happen. When the manager, maybe they send the traffic people, maybe they cross children for this. If you come to that local language by local junction, they take government school behavior, private behavior, government behavior, secondary school behavior, community school they pass there, then primary school they pass. They come there around 7:30, 8:30. Your children they go for that. Nobody they cross the road.
Okay.
Thank
you. Make I quickly react to that one.
So that I don't get much time.
Make quickly talk to for that matter. That road matter. Those days when we did school, secondary school, even primary school, so we also get kind of a junior road safety. I not remember the name now. Put the cross, and again, we go beg the school, since school there, make them. Why would they wait for government to do their own? Make them on their own set up. Many schools they get people to auto traffic for them. Since private school, government they make us that or take run now.
Some of it take care of traffic.
Traffic. They may ask my sister the people say that people go there, and then why they do it for that too much for river fish not they complain. Make the school on their own. The guy that set up that kind of traffic listing, they will go to cross the.
All right, make I quickly take this message before This was Kelly and Egosa. Good afternoon, and thanks for the good job. My thoughts on SARS. Say we say the baddest will be the police. Now those one will be say they come two big men for government, politicians, assembly men, and businessmen. Those are will come on their own. Then they not get this bad habit. List from the name. Okay, list to say thank you. Well, now you will feel draw the curtain for this show today. Personally, to pick more calls, we not going to leave them because the answers matter. We will say the announcement now they don't deserve it's still big. So soon we talk about we not going to leave here. Many thanks to Osaka Wajia and Kelly Merit who say take journey for this program. I want to say special thanks to Almighty God who will say yes, my uncle Barry had this successful, everything goes really well. And for those who will say yes, one way or the other to connect to me and say God will bless all of them. I'm making a journey from area from South Sudan. So area and Johnny area, we all of them take on together to fight for this. We will say if we fight for just cause like that, before you know, Nigeria will be a better place to live. We hope you enjoy yourself. I don't go. My name is still Yagusa Mika Mawasabi. I say bye-bye.
My baby, my love, it's been so long I heard from you. Those days feel like home. You don't pick up my calls no more. Please remember me, no. Don't let this love go. You will break my heart, oh. If you follow, I'll let go. Oh, how I wish, say, I feel to reach you anywhere you day. You day. I should have been there. No matter where you go, don't forget area. How I wish, baby, that I could be there wherever you are. You are so far away. That don't take the shine from your star. 'Cause what you are is my shine. She may do somebody but you ain't go. Make it your travel go Chicago. Remember now me selling car, so you go America. And all these people we been a race used in the day. First me I face you, promise say you not go fashion them. Say every month you go tash them. And Hillary where you promise to marry, she dey wait, she dey tarry. What did she see for inside of version? No you bought from another nation. Use my go get dough. Oh you my wife don't know. Next thing you know she don't go report you. Oh how I wish say I feel to reach you anywhere you day. You day. I should have been there. No matter where you go, don't forget area. How I wish, baby, that I could be there wherever you are. You are so far away. That don't take the shine from your star. 'Cause what you are is my shining star. No matter where they're far, so you go always come back home.
92.7 KUFM.
Just the way you like. To everybody and the kids, you a superstar. And some think that you are lucky, maybe you don't grind. And now much you racking in, some niggas done the time. Flashlights and paparazzi every day of your life. The show business, people watch to show how much you got. The body cares if you're saving, you just stick to the plan and blow the money fast. When you reach the end, when you down, people don't wanna see you proud. Camera ready every day, anywhere and anytime. So famous, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't say no, just say yeah, yeah. People don't care if it's something they just wanna have your way. So famous. What you want to need, and you don't fit each other. People wanna let you be. So famous. I know sometimes you're gonna wish to fly away, but I will give it to a place so that you and family. You're mine, you learn a lot like. I want you to cheat, I'm sure you the slack. It's very low key, secure in the back. I'm sure you fuck, bring the old you back. Don't get bitter, life is just a marathon. Don't forget the place you're coming from, where you Amazon. Many other guys selling things that it's turn up, but put you under pressure, make you feel like you ain't trying now. Buses everywhere, so you try to want to use your head. Make it pay for the dreams they're selling up. They won't forget, you need the mind of your own to be with them niggas.
92.7 KUFM.
Check the time, 4 p.m. and we're back in the studio for our football only show called The Balls of Fire. Like I said, it's our football only show. We'll talk about football and the sports students and also Francis, and of course also every time the beauty with me together. We're going to run through all that happened in the world of football at the weekend, and as well as what is going on right now. The transfer window is still very much on, and we will try to see how much we can go through for the transfer market for you. Remember, the domestic window is still on in England, so players can still move from one football club to another, especially those EPL teams want to get from the EFL team. That is the English Premier League, and as well as the English Football League. Talk about the Championship, the League One, and as well as the League Two. These are many more who will be talking about. Also try to look into the match tomorrow between the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We'll try to look at that. But let's begin with the English Premier League. Over the weekend, two great football clubs, in fact the two most successful football clubs as far as English football is concerned, came together and brought up a proposal. What they are proposing is what definitely we'll be looking at definitely the next 35-20 minutes on this show, how it will help. Now, this is what they are proposing. They actually said that to help the EFL teams, that is the Championship, the League One and all that, to cushion the pandemic, the effect of the pandemic on them, that they have to reduce the number of teams that gets to participate in the English Premier League. That is, reduce it from 20 to 18. Then try to give out a 25% stake of the arts, what they get every season. And if you put all together up to 250 million plus pounds that they give out a dollar to the clubs in the Championship and all that. And it will give at least the 6 major clubs, or you can even make it 9. That strong power to really control things in the Premier League. Guess what? The teams that really don't agree when it comes to football matters, especially when it's concerning things that has to do with on the pitch and selling players to each other. These were the two teams that came together and made this proposal. Your guests are good as mine. They are both right. Manchester United and Liverpool. They are the two most successful football clubs as far as England is concerned. Now, the rest, they consulted with Chelsea, they consulted with the other football club, but the rest are angered by their proposal and they are kicking against it. In fact, the government of the United Kingdom is kicking against it. Only the chairman of the EFL, Parry, who kind of like, if you actually take a look at it, they are really trying to help the football club, especially the ones in the EFL. And the government should have a rethink and consider, other football clubs in the English branch should have a rethink and consider this proposal. The Hippocadabra Sports Ali Yoruba is also in the studio with us. Guys, let's take it off from here. We know in the German Bundesliga, they have 18 teams, and the Bundesliga is one of the best leagues in the world. In fact, it's the top 5, so the top 5 leagues in the world. Now, Manchester United and Liverpool over the weekend, in fact, they've been talking about these, the two football clubs. They've even lobbied others to join, but officially they made the proposal over the weekend. But clubs like West Ham, just some couple of minutes came to the studio, kicked against the other football clubs have kicked against even the government of the United Kingdom.
Well, they have come out with their own thinking, their own proposals on what to do and to ensure that other clubs, they have been assisted. But then I think every one of them should come together to see how far they can go, because during this pandemic, for example, many clubs, felt it so hard that they had to take pay cuts. But for the smaller teams, the EFL clubs, they really suffered a lot because of the way things were going. Yeah, I think it's good for those bigger clubs that have that huge budget to spend and all that, to also see how they can assist these smaller clubs, because it's not really easy for them, except when you have a small club selling some of their top stars. Sometimes that is where they raise money. Yes, for instance, you have Crystal Park Rangers, and they changed the plane for them. When he moved to Crystal Palace, you saw how the deal was, I think it was over £20 million. Aside the Ramana, about £30 million for Western United. So it's only when you say big players sometimes that you cook some money to take care of other things, and it's not really easy for smaller teams. But if they can come together and say, okay, this is what we can do, and this is when we are going to start to see how we can assist them, I think it will be better for the sake of football, because assisting the smaller teams is one way of also making football interesting and bringing everybody into the game. It's not easy though, because they've also got their own issues. Arsenal, for instance, you saw what happened to Lazarus, somebody who has been with them for a very long time, but because of having some people placing them on what they call it, allowing them to leave because of the fact, it wasn't really easy. If not that Jose came out to say, okay, you will continue to pay that amount. So bigger clubs this period, the effect of COVID-19, and so it won't be easy, but it will take time for them to get their balance, then see how they can help the smaller clubs. But it has to be a teamwork, because when you have a divided house, I don't see how it will come to pass.
Well, I think we should first explain what they are calling the project big picture. That's the proposal. There are certain things that we've got to look at before we break it down and explain why a club like West Ham United, for instance, are rejected. So the project involved, one, that the Premier League will be cut from 20 to 18 clubs, with the Championship, League One and League Two retaining 24 teams. That's what they have at the moment. Then the bottom two teams in the Premier League will be relegated automatically, with the 16th place team joining the Championship playoffs. Then the League Cup and Community Shield will be abolished. Parachute payments will be scrapped. Then a £250 million rescue fund will immediately be made available to the EFL, and 25% of all future TV bills. 100 million will be paid to the FA to make up for lost revenue. And finally, 9 clubs will be given special voting rights on certain issues based on their extended runs in the Premier League. West Ham United, they've been told that they will get the special rights, as in they are going to be they will get special status in the plans, along with the big six. Of course, we know Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur. These are the so-called big six in England. But I am wondering, I am honestly a bit disappointed that for several years, at least since 1992, Premier League clubs, they have been making profit. Those who have remained in the English Premier League. In fact, it is they make so much money that they say clubs who even get relegated because of the money that they are bringing from the Premier League, they tend to lord it over the other clubs that they meet in the championship, and sometimes that's why they just come straight back up because they've got the money. Even the club that finishes 20th in the league every season gets is guaranteed at least that £50 million that they get from the TV rights. And you look at what is going on. Some of the you compare them to Spain, for instance. It's only Barcelona and Real Madrid that can compete with different teams that are finishing 20th in the Premier League in terms of the revenue. So I'm wondering why, after so many years of enjoying this fantastic financial benefit, after it's not even one full season, one full year of COVID, and suddenly there are so much complaints as if all their revenues have dwindled and there is absolutely no money anymore. I want to believe that if you've planned well, you can take a hit for like 5 more years before you start thinking, oh, it's a huge problem. Look at what's happening even at the moment. They're talking about fans paying £14 to get to see their teams play live, not coming to the stadium live, but just streaming it, that they have to pay that amount of money. And some former players have said, no, this is not good, this is exploitation and what have you. So for you to bring this up now, for this big club, Manchester United and Liverpool, bringing this up, I don't know, I don't understand what the situation is, whether they've been so badly hit financially that they're thinking about this. West Ham United, for instance, are saying, look, this whole plan, I mean, it means that we are going to lose the revenue that we normally get from 2 home games. Because if there are 20 clubs in the Premier League, you are going to play 19 home matches. But if there are 18, you are going to play 17 home matches. So that is a loss of 2 home games. So all the monies that you're supposed to get there, you are not going to get them. Yeah, the German Bundesliga, they have played with 18 clubs for many years. When they initially even started, the English Premier League was, I think it was 24 clubs that they started with before they eventually cut it down to 20. So they looked at, you know, maybe the fatigue, the number of matches that you've got to play every season and all those things, and that's why they decided to bring it to this 20. And they've played 20 clubs for a very long time. I think it's going to be radical, and many would not like it. And if you are going to scrap the parachute payments, which goes down to all the clubs that, you know, they participate in the English Premier League, then it's going to become a huge problem. So I expect that so many of them, so many other clubs will come out and criticize this. I don't expect that it is going to pass. I just hope that it will not lead to another situation where you may now have a breakaway, because it was some of these clubs that came together before to say, hold on, with what is happening with the old Division 1, they're not making enough money and all of that. So let us have a Premier League of super clubs, and that's how the Premier League was born in 1992. So I hope now, if this is rejected, I hope some of them will not still start thinking about having another breakaway league within the English Premier League.
So the project big picture, we have to wait whether it is a non-starter or it is the football future in England. Like Ivan actually said, I mean, these guys are looking for a way to kind of ease the pressure on them. You get to play less than 38 games, you play 36 games now in a season, then you don't play in the League Cup, that is the Carabao Cup, then you get to lose the Community Shield. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's a long time.
if you scrap the League Cup, clubs, those other smaller clubs from the Championship, from the League One, the non-league side, because they play all of these competitions, so it will mean that it is only the FA Cup that they will be participating in. So they will not like it. They will not want to play, except maybe the English Premier League club. They will now say, I think that will be is something that I will even recommend. Okay, leave the League Cup for the other side. English Premier League side should not be playing the League Cup, so that
But how does it get interesting then?
well,
When you don't have the Premier League teams playing in the League Cup, I mean, imagine, you have a club like Chelsea going down to Leighton Orange, for instance.
The money they'll make,
The money they will make from sales of tickets. You have Manchester City going down to play them. That's where they really get the feel of what it is to play football. How much is your ticket sales every weekend when they don't really get to the televised? How much do they really make? Even if they play the League Cup within themselves, would you watch a Nottingham Forest and Leighton Orange or any other football club in the League Cup? No, the answer is no. We watch it because
so the big
exactly.
Sometimes
the Carabao company invested in League Cup because of the involvement of the big teams. When they are out, they won't get the sponsorship. We'll talk about the FA Cup. It's interesting because you know that the big teams will definitely end up winning it at the end of the day.
No. I think it is interesting because the smaller teams have an opportunity of causing upset. That's what really makes it. But I understand what you're saying, that the presence of the big clubs make it really interesting. But instead of scrapping it, if the big clubs, maybe they feel that the competitions are too many because they play four. They play the League Cup, they play the FA Cup, play the Premier League, and then they play either the Champions League or the Europa League. Yeah, so if they say these competitions are too many and they want to do away with one, also I would suggest that, okay, why don't you say, okay, let the League Cup only be open to clubs that are in the Championship, League One, League Two, and the non-league side. But whoever wins it still gets to qualify automatically for the Europa Cup. You know, the Europa League as it is called now. So that way, the competition is still there, just that the big clubs are not playing. But this is scrappy. This is scrappy completely. These smaller clubs, I mean, they will not really get, apart from the league that they play in, where else? Because even if you win the championship, you don't get to play continental. You only gain promotion to the English Premier League. So give them that opportunity of having more competition. Yeah, you win the FA Cup, you can still play in the Europa League. But I think it would be better to give them more chances.
All right, we'll go on only break on the show this evening. When we come back, we'll talk more football. Then, of course, it's definitely be opening the phone lines much later on the show. Mr. Budas.
Plenty there to win for the 905 Mega Millions promo. 90 people go home and 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people to win smartphones every hour, every day. The one who sleep pass, now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 905 customer, move from our side or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Precise 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
Malaria don't let me back to you. Now the time don't reach where my life will show and win. Oh yeah, show malaria win. Say bye bye to malaria.
Them don't reach make you collect your mumu potion for malaria hand with Malak. The better medicine from May and Baker. We don't make products past 75 years. Malak contains dehydroartemisinin piperaquine, which will work inside body for up to 6 weeks and they stop malaria from knocking you blast bones. All you need to do now to take 3 tablets for 3 days and the medicine goes summer the malaria comot your body sharp sharp. Now the power of Malak be that. Malak, your control button for malaria. Is the pharmacy way near you. If symptoms persist after 3 days, make you go see a doctor. A product of May and Baker.
All right, have just joined us, this is Balls of Fire, Live now 2.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. I'm the sports specialist, Condition of the Francis. We've got Ibakadabra, Sports Ali Ibrahim, and also Ibukan, the sports maestro, are here in the studio as well. Okay, let's stick with club football. Let's talk about this news that broke out earlier today, that Inter Milan are looking at a way of getting Sergio Kun Aguero to their books come next season. He's got just one year. That is the current season left. He's acting just, he should be back after the international break, maybe towards the end of this month or first week of November. They're already running down this month. Today is 10th already, and when they come back to be 17 thereabouts when the season restart after the international break. But the news is this: they are thinking of getting him to Inter Milan to probably end his football career in Europe. For all we know, Kun Aguero may return back to his hometown to probably hang up the boots. But we also know that Man City probably big if we try to maybe convince him to stay, but I don't know. Will it be the best option to let Kun Aguero go walk? We also heard that if should he leave, City are buoyant enough to get Lionel Messi, because Lionel Messi, we don't know if he's going to extend his contract, but what we definitely know that his contract gets to end at the end of this current season, so he'll be a free agent. City have got the money to bring him on board and probably use him to replace Sergio Kun Aguero at the age of 35.
Yeah, Aguero living at the age of is 32 now.
Let's talk about 35.
Yeah,
Messi.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be a good one for Aguero if he's okay. He has nothing to offer Manchester City anymore because he still got it, for 2 or 3 years because of the kind of caliber of player he is. But if he thinks okay, it's the end of the circle. I think it's good for him to join Inter Milan on that big side. Though I don't know how they are going to accommodate Sergio Kun Aguero as well as Romelu Lukaku, who is in fine form at the moment. So it all depends, but I'm going to join Inter Milan to boost their squad fantastically, honestly. And maybe they are also looking at Lautaro Martinez leaving Inter, so there have to be a replacement. So I think Aguero still has it, honestly, and he still has what it takes to play for 3-4 years. In the Italian Serie A. He hasn't to prove to anybody. He's a fantastic striker. Look at his days at Atletico Madrid, now Manchester City, what he has been able to achieve. Come on, signing Aguero even at the age of 32, I think he's going to be a boost. £7 million a year, 2 years, £14 million for 2 years. That's massive amount of money.
Okay, Postcodes has been named the Stanford manager. He's also one way or the other friends with the co-owners of this football club, Guy Navy, Fee Navy, what's his name, Ryan G, Nicky Ball, David Beckham. Remember, he has been without a job, so they brought him on board as interim boss after they let go of Alexandra because of his poor start to the season. So their new manager is their friend, Wilfried Maestro in his days. He probably can steady the ship for them and move on. Now, still talking football, let's go to the Nigerian Super Eagles squad. They are okay, but for their counterpart tomorrow, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, today they confirmed 2 cases of coronavirus. In fact, one of them sat on the bench in their last game against Sudan, they won 3-0, and the other even scored a goal for them in their 3-0 tracking of Sudan. So earlier today, they came out and told us that 2 of their players have contracted the virus, but the others will get tested today, and hopefully we'll get a result in before we sleep. Of course, the Super Eagles is work. Then, if everything being equal, we get to the pitch to play tomorrow. But as it stands right now, the game is still 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Still talking about coronavirus, I mean, Liverpool, I'm seriously scared. This should be their 4th. Though Jadon Shaqiri, we were told by the Swiss FA that he returned a negative, that the result that came out that confirmed him positive was false, and that he even joined up with the team that played over the weekend. But this should be the 4th player, and Naby Keita has also contracted the virus. Antara should be on his way back now. Sadio Mane probably should be on his way back. But how depleted really is Liverpool right now? How will it affect them when the season returns this upcoming weekend? We saw how they were humiliated at the Philippa by Aston Villa. We know right now they are number 1 goalkeeper is out, and with these important players out of the squad right now, you can't be seizing Liverpool before they return. Last season, Liverpool looked like a team that could go on without anybody, but this season, it seems as if without this particular player, they struggle.
They're a big side, a big squad, no doubt about that, but when you have players going out like this, and thank God we are having others, coming back into the team who could also strengthen, but that wasn't an excuse for them not to have been able to beat Aston Villa. Yeah, losing 7-2, I think that was one of those things in football. When you dominate for too long, sometimes it tells on you, and when you lose a match like that, I think it gets to put you on, your feet again, and see how you can come back and do very well. I believe that once the Premier League matches return, I think it's going to be a difficult one for Liverpool. But they will hope to bounce back. Even Manchester City and other clubs who also lost their games want to, return and make a bold statement. But having Keita out, though you have Fabinho who can play in that position, you have Jordan Henderson, but I don't know if he's really fit right now because they were involved in games yesterday, and this middle of the week they also playing their second game in the UEFA Nations League. But for Liverpool, I think they've got quality in that department, but this time it's really affecting them. Thiago coming and almost the same position, that midfielder position they're having these issues. And for Sadio Mane, I hope he comes back because he's one player that gives his 100%, and each time he's not on the pitch, you just feel the presence of absence of Sadio Mane. But I'm happy that he's on his way back, and for others who are on their way back, they could only take 1 week. The following week they'll be part of the squad. So I see them making up for that loss against Aston Villa, but they are meeting Everton, which is really huge, and a debut for that matter. And Everton are top, following their fantastic performances. So I think after Everton, they can look at other matches and see if they can get away. But
with Everton in fine form, that's my fear. They're in fine form. Liverpool depleted. They don't have the first choice goalkeeper.
I don't know. I hope that Alisson wasn't COVID.
No, he's not injured. I think 6 weeks back.
So which means that they will still miss him. And we saw Adrian make at least one mistake in that. I don't know why it's happening all the time. I don't know why clubs feel and teams generally feel that they can do it. Even in this international break, I saw at least one instance of back passing resulting to a goal against the team that was trying to play from at the back. When you have the ball, just kick it out with the goalkeeper, except you are absolutely sure that it will get to your intended target and there is no pressure on that person at all. So with Adrian, Liverpool know that they have pressure against them. And when you have a couple of players out with the COVID, then it becomes a very, very big problem. We know that it's going to be the Merseyside derby, and it will really, it was humiliating for Everton to Liverpool to lose 7-2 to Aston Villa. But for them to lose to Everton, being in the same city, come on, the fans of Everton will not allow them to live it down, especially after Liverpool became champions, played against Everton and they are beaten. The fans of Everton will definitely let them keep hearing about that for many years to come. So they've got a big game on their hands. I hope that they can get all their players back. I don't know the situation with Thiago Alcantara because he had COVID a long time ago and he said he was feeling better. I don't know whether he's out of isolation now, whether he can be part of the game. For Sadio Mane, because we had this last week, I doubt if he would be available for them. And if it happens that they will miss both Thiago Alcantara and Sadio Mane and some other one, Shaqiri, even if it is confirmed that he actually had COVID, although his country came out to say no, it's not really that. He isn't really a super regular like that you say, oh, they will miss him so much. But this is, we saw when they played without Sadio Mane and Alisson in their last match. You know what happened. I hope they quickly find the replacement for those guys and they will be able to step up against Everton, because it will really, really bother all Liverpool fans if they lose back-to-back matches and imagine who they are losing to. Everton and Aston Villa. Yeah, I know they've already beaten Chelsea and Arsenal, two of the teams that are supposed to be title contenders with them. But if they lose back-to-back matches, even the clubs that they've beaten, Chelsea and Arsenal will feel, okay, next time we play these guys, we have to beat them. We can't beat them. They are vulnerable.
Okay, that's what it is right now. Hopefully when they return back from international duties, talking about the players, they won't be nursing one or two injuries. That's another thing. We've seen players pulling out like Hakim Ziyech since return to Chelsea. He's not going to play in their last friendly, okay? Because he doesn't want to delay.
Before the match, Chelsea and Morocco agreed that Hakim Ziyech will only play one half. He's not going to play a full match. He will make one substitute appearance of the two international games that they had, and they agreed. So having come on to help them win their game 3-1 against Senegal, it's now for him to return, because Chelsea have not had him.
Yeah, he has not officially played for them.
One friendly game against Brighton and Hove Albion where he got injured, and since then he's not played. So they really need him. So the fact now that he's fit, Chelsea could have insisted and said no, he has not played, so he will not be going for the international break. But because Chelsea accepted, I think that's why the Moroccan FA also kept their side of the bargain and they allowed him to return.
All right, it's time for you guys to be part of the show now this evening. Remember, the numbers are 0706-263-9275 or 0903-939-4427 plus 0812-178-9150. Also remember that when you call, it is very, very important that you, first of all, turn down the volume on your radio set when you're calling us. Just turn it down, because the moment we pick your call, you're live on air, so there's no need for you to have a feedback. We can have conversation together, and those listeners can actually hear what you're saying. Then secondly, if you're in a noisy place, please look for a very good place that is very quiet for you to come in and make the call. We want to hear you. Those listening at home also want to hear what you're saying. When you bring this noise, because of our headsets, it's kind of so annoying and disturbing, so please understand that. All right, let's start taking your calls now. Hello.
Hello.
Danjuma.
How do you feel now taking?
How are your side now?
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
Good evening. Now you are Liverpool. Why do they compete with the match they play for too much? You know, now we put up the app. If Karabakh or Dali play the return, maybe over the time now, people could have done the call so that they need a good trophy. You know, say the big thing will be the massive plan. Nobody, all of them will see the big trophy cup and the Premier League. So they will use the other one to complement their season, so that they will go trophy. So they need to compete. Because they don't buy over the last weekend, I need to compete. So I do it.
Alright, keep the calls. Alright, I think we'll have this one. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Chinedu from New Benin.
Chinedu from New Benin, how are you doing?
Everything is okay. I greet Saliu and Rosa.
Good evening.
Sorry, Chinedu, sorry. You called in on Saturday for the question, right?
Yes.
You got your card already?
No.
Did you win?
Did you win?
Yes. Paul Honor to point and ask me.
Okay. Don't worry. These things, I think the rest have confirmed to me, because I know one person hasn't confirmed. Don't worry, you get it.
Okay.
All right.
This one will Nigeria league start, because like I will always say, this coronavirus, what other country have to lead? That is what we are recording for 7 months. Then when are we going to start? Number one. Number two, this sport that wanted to hold in a good place before coronavirus enter. Are we going to hold again this year? That's my second question.
We don't know. They are hopeful that it will hold this year. We do not know for certain. I'm not in the local organizing committee. I'm not the chairman, so I cannot tell you categorically that we will hold this year. But I know that they are making plans to ensure that it holds this year. Whether it will actually happen this year or next year, we don't know. But you just be rest assured that the National Sports Festival, Edo 2020, will hold. You know, we're having the Tokyo 2020 Olympics in 2021. Yeah, so don't worry. Edo 2020 will still hold, whether it is this year or next year.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, brother.
Oga Ibrahim, good evening.
Good evening.
Oga Gustav, good evening. Good evening, Sanofi.
Good evening.
This is Jeff calling from Muslim.
James, talk to us.
First off, I want to acknowledge the recharge card, the one I won on Saturday.
You got yours,
on
right?
your Friday. Yeah, I got mine. Thank you very much. Then, if I'm going to add my voice to what Mr. Ibrahim said concerning the encapsulation of the League Cup, I think rather than outrightly cancelling it, why not they allow those that are not involved in continental tournaments in the Premiership, maybe add to that of the non-English Premier League side, and why not just allow them go on with the competition and leave those that are involved in the continental tournament to go about their stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Hello?
Hello, good evening, my brothers.
Barrister.
This is Ambassador and Barrister Chris Ambassador to Permission for the constituency.
Great to have you, Barrister.
I'm very close to you. I'm just about 300 meters, less than 300 meters away from you.
Wow.
I'm seeing your video, but you are not seeing me. You are inside and outside. It is well. I've been trying to reach you people since they are very connected. But notwithstanding, I still want to comment on the last match of Super Eagles. Now, 6 minutes go was too early to still keep there. In the days of Super Eagles, we scored that goal 10 minutes to the end. 6 minutes, 5 minutes, nobody will be. But 6 minutes, the crowd replying them back. It was a nice shot. No view. No enthusiasm, no determination. No matter who scored the first 6 minutes, we're just too early, my brother. We need to switch up. And today, I want them to redeem their reach by getting a very good responding victory. Thank you so much.
Hello? Good evening. Hello? Talk to us.
Hello?
Hello? We can hear you. Good evening.
This is a lady if you come back before this Saturday match.
Edward Mendy.
Edward Mendy. We don't know.
He himself tweeted that he's okay. He gave the double thumbs up, so we don't know whether he will be. But he said it's a slight tweet. It's not a serious problem.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Cousin calling from Upper Mission.
All right, talk to us quickly.
I just want to throw some light. I don't know, when is Nigeria going to have a team like 1994 to 1993 that we won Nation Cup at Atlanta? When are we going to have such a team like that? That's when we have a kind of one call, Rashidi Yakini, talking about video culture, Benedict Road, when are we going to have a team like that? And funny enough, apparently 5 years back, what has Nigeria done? Even the man that discovered that designed Nigerian flag, I learned that man is hungry, that is suffering. Why is Nigeria not celebrating those our Europass? So that's why I just called. I'm feeling that pain.
Thank you. That prayer you just prayed right now, when can we have that kind of team in USA 94, Atlanta 96? That's our prayers. Trust me, that's our prayers as well. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
This is Omo from Mopawa.
Omo from Mopawa, talk to us quickly.
I want to talk about the match of Super Eagles.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They were playing like players in the academy. They were playing against the European side that very day. I don't know what happened. But this type of like a problem to them, the next match.
It's tomorrow. You can have the lineup now. The game is tomorrow. It's by 7:30 tomorrow. Wow. Hello? Trying to take the calls. Hello?
Hello, good evening, Francis.
Yes, good evening to you too.
I will not say, I will not lie to you. I'm not pleased with this coach. The way he's going about coaching is quite good. We are not getting, this is by now, we are not supposed to be complaining. We are supposed to be getting results. Do you know that as far as this coach is concerned, I don't know, maybe you notice this, it does not affect the level. From I'm up to 4 years there in Nigeria as a coach, you don't affect your first level. You got this one, you got this one. So if you good in scouting, so if you put it there, in scouting, then we should employ a good coach. Because you cannot, because of one coach, have a problem. Individual. People are not happy. That's what I will see for now.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good sir.
Yes, good evening.
I meet all of my for our dear sir.
All of us greet you too.
My name is FRO for Papa Sambari.
Alright, I will talk for us.
Later, I will ask more contribution to one of my direct projects and we already talked to. For me, this big narrative that I'm talking about, I ask more for me, for due respect to our chief coach, I don't see improving our team because he does play very well for Super Eagles. Not be why you're not the free your own team, get the come. At least by now, by the grace of God, we can progress past 30 level. When we say we take anything, not be even in Africa, in the world. West Africa, West Africa, it don't take us 2 years, 3 years before it produce something from here, from abroad. So I don't surprise this coach say nobody from Nigeria here. When you go see why we go break justify to give us our something. So this one, waiting to play on Friday here. I know that Algeria coach, if they give that Super Eagles team, he will beat the Algeria team. There is sense to make the Algeria coach come coach Super Eagles, make the Nigeria do that Algeria team. That Nigeria team will flog Algeria 3-0. So let them find let us let the we get players now, the players, but to put them together, let them form a team and play well. All of that be the problem we love that now. What be the best sport? Tactical, everything, how they work well. Now do well, sir.
Alright, let's take a look at the messages now.
Alright, just a few of them there. I think Maduka Okoye should be our #1 goalkeeper. He was awesome and he will be did create some chances. Williams from first. King of Clay, Rafael Nadal equaling Roger Federer's record of 20 Grand Slams. The great Lewis Hamilton equaling Michael Schumacher's record of 91 wins. And Lakers winning their first title in 10 years. What a day it was from Ejon. Super congratulations to Nadal, what an amazing player. Truly, he is a king of clay. 20 in 2020 from Anfield Faithful. Good PM men of sports, play Kano and Okota Anthem from Okotoruba. Okay, those are the messages.
Okay, alright, let's take more calls then. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Sunday from Benin, from Opa.
Alright, talk to us quickly.
First of all, I bet Nigeria code, that striker will strike that day. You know, for me, they strike. When they do that striker, when something they are good for football, it don't come out to strike. When they do that for the nation, and that Nigeria keeper, that guy, I think that guy, he will claim Nigeria over one keeper. Yes. I bet number 2 things, any test for Tapa, maybe they choose Rodiga, maybe they choose one. Thank you, sir.
Alright. Everybody always know. Hello, yes, we're with you, brother.
After 1 month, I don't tire. I do hello. I greet you now. Our guy, Brian, I greet you as I don't want to miss that. No problem. I'm not worried.
Not this.
No problem. Why don't I tell her calling on the road? Baba, I know you don't feel like it's Friday. You can't give me the play that day. I only work for 7 minutes for that game. But that game was very, very scandalous. I don't know. I don't know what you have to I don't know what the first half. I just only need to get for the car. But the 20 minutes when I watched that game, I was very impressed. I not doing great at all. I thought, I just said, why is this guy boy to play like a couple? But whether I did thank God because this season at the year, because I bet the year Godwin and Hina for Lagos just now, the top same thing. I just enter the league. So I did pray maybe give. We don't want to play tomorrow, make it change. Maybe get direction. And maybe tell Janet Ross, Ian has shown up in top 9. Where is full now? The bottom striker. Now, yes, I always say the guy, he is top goals, we know. But the supporting striker, he not put for top 9. Maybe he needs to see. As a team, not play. The supporting keeper, I want to tell because at the top, that keeper, when you look at that keeper, I say, you don't take to not be the one again, or even when you go, because when you go back. Because that keeper, how you go. The two defender, you go now, I think God, the keeper was very, very good on that night. He showing very, very good. So I don't think the both places with time. With time, in the both places. So, Ross, and then for the last day of Arsenal, the last transfer window, for some of party is welcome. But the only one to be like that with Arsenal for now, for not playing those because everybody will get on at the first to do that.
Okay.
So, playing people they are from make it do well.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Hello. Yes, good evening.
My name is Barabas. I'm coming from here.
All right.
I want to contribute for Nigerian match with them played last year. Because the way they talk on the turn Nigeria like Manchester United. When they play good and then they attack, we got the far penalty they want to score. And then more than call down my man for this match when they come tomorrow. So may attacking they will because how we should miss it, they really need to play for that midfield. But attacking are not there, leaders not there. Let's start for that match. And then we put them for second half. Thank you, that's my contribution.
All right, thank you too. Hello?
Thank God, the battery of my phone won't go down.
Okay.
Beltoni.
Gunners, big Gunners.
What many days now, I've been trying to call people, people are not picking my call. That's what you are not seeing the number. Well, you see, Ibrahim analyzed about what happened to Super Eagles and asking us to calm down. We are not worried because even if we shout from now to tomorrow, we are not the one that employed General is NFS. Until when Algeria starts beating us like indomitable lion of those days and black part of Ghana, that when we hear about them, people are afraid, is then they will now start playing. Because Algeria cannot beat us 3 times in a row. Then we are saying that it's friendly match. We are counting it as friendly match. We are counting it as a win, whether we like it or not. So you cannot start using Super Eagles or Nigeria to gather in TV and do experiments all the time. It's so appalling, very, very. It's unacceptable. Nigeria is a superpower in Africa in football, even in the world. So to let you know, if you not going to come to Nigeria and use the Super Eagles as an experiment, anywhere you see Nigeria player, you say, come here, play. And yes, you will not harness them, you will not use them. It's a high time with a rush to do. That is one. Ibrahim said about Corona. But Donald Trump had Corona last week and he's fine and his wife are training. Why this guy from Liverpool or from the new guy that came from Bayern Munich? What else did you
my brother, a simple answer to that question. Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. They will spare no expense. They will go for the best drugs. They will ensure that he gets better. Other people in America that are not even as old as Donald Trump, they've contracted coronavirus and they've died. Donald Trump is getting first-class treatment 24 hours every day. There are doctors at his beck and call. So because he got it and he's telling you now that it's okay, he's not even contagious. The doctors have not actually given him a clean bill of health, but he is saying that. So it doesn't mean that because it happened with the president, then others too should be declared free of COVID. But we know that there have been other people too that were told they had it and they didn't take them. Some didn't even display symptoms until they now became negative. So it affects people differently. But for Donald Trump, that's the president of the United States of America. Even here, when your president gets it, you think it's the same kind of treatment that they give to you that he will get. It is different. So don't say because Donald Trump got it and it's okay, the others too should have been okay by now.
All right, thank you, great Donald. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir. I'm not talking to Ibrahim Morales.
Good evening.
Thank you for your analysis. About Ibrahim, I don't think Nigeria is that country that will be taken to states that have already spent 4 years.
Nigeria is that country that will do what?
We wait for somebody for 4 years and be taken again. If they are able, for a mentioned that for the behind a serious injury, we need to be waiting for it.
When did Aribo even come into the national scene? That we are suddenly talking to Aribo. There should be others.
Because before it's not the is not there. Nigeria play free playing, Nigeria play hard play. So when we say these guys they are not mechanics, they are all footballers. And then because they do for a living.
I don't think anybody will argue that the Algerians were better on that day, that their team was more compact. We were struggling with the basic things in football, controlling the ball, making a pass. We couldn't do it. When you want to say, okay, we've not played it in a long time, Algerians have not played in a long time, but you see that they were
if we thought when we did to the MFF, that man there, that Jonathan, is not a big thing. He has not made any improvement as far as the football is concerned. How many of these people take to keep making balls here and how to the experience of the family? The family national school. You cannot be playing this. Tomorrow maybe possibly next tomorrow, you still need to take control. But now, I mean, if you have a stand-by thing that you do something that you have to do, you don't become yourself as a people that want to get it. So why is it that this one, every day we play match, people don't enjoy it, they are just, I thought that any sustainable the best out there, they are just using their own mind to do the best in Nigeria. Thank you very much for the good work.
Thank you for calling. Hello? Hello? Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. My people. Now, wait on that.
Wait on that.
What of the people where they play Nigeria, and they say Nigeria played very well. Because schools come for weekly season, play is very 85 minutes, they don't come. I think they those people, they are not better than only say it's by chance. And if you check all these people when they say coach no good, if this coach that made the player when they pass ball to you cannot hoop up immediately. Some of the players for those coach. Our players don't take things very something like that.
Yeah, but now coach they select the players now. So if the team win now, we will say the coach is doing well. So when the players don't perform well, you still have to question the coach.
I remember when they were called this one when they like just fall. Right. That when the man come out, before they like the man. So it's not the coach problem.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is what we have the recording on the show this evening. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, but this time will be our sport by 8 a.m. We can talk about boxing and what is going on right now. It's a wonderful night rest and bye-bye.
92.7 KUFM.
4 years ago, I got into Benton Darussa University with a dream and a firm determination to be better. But then I quickly realized that I could be so much more. I didn't even know I had more in me. In school, I made great friends, went on memorable trips. I grew in character, met amazing people, like really amazing people. It's 4 years now, and I can proudly say I am better than I ever imagined. For more information, please visit www.biu.edu.ng or call 0814-990-6200. Benson Idahosa University. Your future starts here.
We woke up to life.
Stop behaving like a baby because as you get so, can suffer, then you will suffer also. Make our country a better place.
Nigerians are very resilient.
A nation's culture resides in the heart of its people. That's why, ahead of our Independence Day, we set a stage for Nigerians to talk to Nigeria. Watch the video and join the conversation on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook with the hashtag #OriginalTalk. Or you could visit www.origin.ng to record and upload your Original Talk video. Stay original.
Malaria don't anybody know. Now the time don't reach where my life go show and win. Oh yeah, show malaria win. Say bye bye to malaria.
Them don't reach make you collect your mumu potion for malaria hand with Malak. The better medicine from May and Baker. We don't make products past 75 years. Malak contain dehydroartemisinin piperaquine, where they work inside body for up to 6 weeks and they stop malaria from knocking you past bones. All you need do now to take 3 tablets for 3 days and the medicine goes summer the malaria come out your body sharp sharp. Now the power of Malak be that. Malak, your control button for malaria. Is there pharmacy way they near you? If symptoms persist after 3 days, make you go see your doctor. A product of May and Baker.
92.7 KUFM.
You cannot walk, you cannot talk just the way you like. To everybody and the kids, you a superstar. And something that you were lucky, maybe you don't grind. And now much you racking in, some niggas done the time. Flashlights and paparazzi every day of your life. The show business, people watch the show how much you got. Nobody cares if you're saving, you just stick to the plan. And blow the money fast. When you reach that, when you down, people don't wanna see you frown. Camera ready every day, anywhere and anytime. So famous, yeah. Those ain't no just say yeah. People don't care if it's something, they just wanna have their way. So famous. What you want, what you need, and you come with each other. People don't like to wait. So famous. I know sometimes you gotta wish to fly away, but I won't be able to replace the soul of you and family. People the man, they learn a lot like, and when you the tune, I'm saying you the slack, you spend you low key, secure in the back. I'm saying you up, bring the old you back. 7 nights, don't get fitted, life is just a marathon. Don't forget the place you're coming from, when you are my gun. Many other guys selling dreams that they can't afford. Put you under pressure, make you feel like you ain't trying enough. Buttons everywhere, suck you dry, they want you use your head. Make you pay for the dreams they're selling them. They want to get. You need the mind of your own to be with them niggas. They just wanna control your shit. They just say that's my nigga. Cannot walk, you cannot talk just the way you like. To everybody and the kids, you a superstar.
92.7 KUFM.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. That you know more. Cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, baby. Just sit back and relax. Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7 KUFM. 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7
92.7 KUFM. Turn on excitement.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
It's 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on KU 92.7 FM, Benin City. First, the headline. Edo State House of Assembly elect a new speaker. President Buhari promises extensive reform of Nigeria police. Tanker explosion claims dozens of lives in Osun Highway. On entertainment, Nigerian rapper Lil Frosh responds to domestic violence allegations. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kadiri. Now the news in detail. Edo State House of Assembly on Monday witnessed a sudden change of leadership after Honorable Francis Okie was unanimously impeached as Speaker of the 7th Assembly by 9 of the 10 lawmakers. In a smooth, noiseless transition, a first-timer to the House, Honorable Marcus Onobu, representing Esan West State's constituency, was elected by the 9 members through a voice note. Chinedu Ekeza reports that Honorable Okie has been suspended from the House for 3 months, while a probe panel has been set up by the new Speaker to investigate his tenure.
This will go down as one of the most seamless change of leadership in Edo State House of Assembly. With no fights, no argument, no drama. The 1 year and few month old tenure of Honorable Francis Okie as Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly ended on Monday morning. It was an organized impeachment proceeding which began with a motion moved by Leader of the House, Honorable Henry Okorabo, seconded by Honorable Yekini Diaye, representing Akoko-Edo Constituency 1, demanding that Honorable Francis Okie should step down as the Speaker.
By all members in the effect of the Speaker of the House of Assembly, we hereby urge you to step aside and see the bill. I hereby second.
Soon after the impeachment, the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Roland Asoro, took over the plenary to coordinate the transition process, beginning first with the confirmation of the nomination of Honorable Marcus Onobu, representing Esan West, as the next Speaker.
We all agree with the nomination of member representing Esan West to lead this noble House as the Speaker of the House. If we all agree, could you all say yea? If you don't agree, could you say nay? The yea have it.
With that gavel and command from the Deputy Speaker, a new Speaker has just emerged.
Therefore, distinguished honorable members, I hereby call on the Clerk of the House to administer the oath of office to the newly elected Speaker of the House, Mr. Clerk.
The House Leader, Honorable Henry Okorabo, noted that the members have patiently waited for this day.
Since inauguration, we have had a few political issues. At this point in time, we have decided to take the bull by the horns so that Edo State will have the best of houses. We have compelling reasons over and over to change our leadership. But for the political harmony of the state, we waited till now because the state had an election. You see what we have here was signed by all members. We are not even talking of two-thirds or whatever.
The new Speaker in his first official pronouncement, placed his predecessor on a 3-month suspension and constituted an ad hoc committee to probe his tenure.
The former speaker is hereby suspended from the House activities for 3 months to allow proper and uninterrupted investigation into his activities. An ad hoc investigation committee is hereby set up to investigate the tenure of Right Honorable Frank Okiye, especially with regard to finances of the House. All standing committees are hereby dissolved and new committees will be set up in due course. All appointments of aides to Mr. Speaker and other members are hereby terminated with immediate effect. The former Speaker must return all House properties in his possession to the clerk.
He denies speculations that impeachment was a witch hunt, noting that members have simply responded to the demands of time.
This is the time where we have to steer the ship of the House in the right direction. We are not victimizing anybody. We were voted by our various constituencies and expectations are high. At this point, we have to now meet the yearnings and aspirations of our people.
The legislature is an institution and they have the powers to run its activities. And our powers is drawn from the membership strength. And if the members so decide what they want, and it's a unanimous decision, no dissenting voice, then so be it.
Honorable Henry Okorabo will serve as chairman of the ad hoc committee, while Honorable Ephraim Alobosele and Honorable Imagbaje are members. Chinedu Ekeja, KUFM News.
Members of Nigeria Association of the Blind, Edo State Chapter, have appealed to government at all levels to always consider the visually impaired persons in their daily activities. Some of the officials of the association were speaking on Monday when they paid a courtesy visit to management of KU 92.7 FM and Bypass in Benin City. The association secretary, Comrade Lucky Imafidon, said they were in the station to inform members of the public of their forthcoming event, White Cane Day celebration, which holds 15th of October annually.
White Cane Day is a day set aside by the UN to sensitize the public about the mobility of persons living with visual disability, to enlighten the public that the blind have rights to use the road, they have rights to use the walkway, they have rights to access public buildings and offices, seek for the public support on how the persons living with visual disability can be able to realize their potentials and move forward in life.
Comrade Akabwe Matthew, who is the organizing secretary of the White Cane Day Celebration Committee in the state, said the Association of the Blind fights for the rights of the visually impaired.
This association has the responsibility of taking those who are living with visual impairments, government or to the public, how they can support in one way or the other to enlighten the public how to assist anyone living with visual impairments, how to use the road and extra lane and other activities going on in the city.
The White Cane Day was first celebrated in 1964. After the proclamation of President Lyndon Johnson and first celebrated in Nigeria in 2005. President Muhammadu Buhari has reacted to the outcry on the reform of the Nigeria Police Force (NPF), promising to extensively reform the force. The president declared that the dissolution of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) is the first step to extensive police reforms by his administration. He disclosed this while delivering a speech at the launch of the Presidential Youth Empowerment Scheme at the State House in Abuja. President Buhari also promised to ensure that all those who are responsible for the misconduct or wrongful acts are brought to justice. Meanwhile, protests, however, continued across the nation on Monday, with the campaigners demanding the immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for deceased victims of police brutality, and appropriate compensation for their families, setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct, among others. A member of the House of Representatives, Nolim Naji, on Monday recommended regular training and more funding for the Nigerian police force to reduce recurring cases of brutality against the citizenry. The lawmaker representing Nkanu East and West Federal Constituency of Enugu State made the suggestion through a press statement in Abuja. He said there should be improved funding and regular training for the Nigeria police to help reposition force for efficiency. Naji observed that the agitation for the disbandment of the Federal Anti-Robbery Squad, FSARS, should not be seen as the only solution to the alleged police brutality. The lawmaker suggested an enhanced welfare package for the personnel, adding that their work environment, salaries, amongst other things, must be addressed. Coming up in a moment after this break, gunmen assassinate market chairman in Delta State.
Split seconds. There's a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back. Still in the news, the chairman of Udu Harbour Market in Udu Council area of Delta State, Freedom Odiete, has been shot dead by suspected assassins. It was learned that the tragic incident which happened on Sunday was the third attempt by hoodlums to take his life. Odiete, who was popularly known as Opito, was ambushed in Ekete community by Cross and Stop Junction along the DSC Expressway in the council area. Eyewitnesses accounts revealed that he was driving his Pathfinder SUV when the assailant struck. He was reportedly shot on the left hand but managed to escape. However, the hoodlums trailed him to where he had taken refuge and shot him repeatedly. According to sources, just last week, the deceased survived a similar attack. When contacted, the Delta State Command's Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Onome Onovaboyeya, confirmed the incident. A civil rights organization, Yaga Africa, has condemned the high incidence of vote trading recorded in Ondo State governorship election held on 10th of October. The organization said it was disturbing that the criminal act of vote buying happened under the nose of security agents. The executive director of Yaga Africa, Samson Itodo, made this known while speaking on a national television program on Monday morning. Itodo, who stated that Yaga Africa deployed 646 observers for the election, said vote buying is quite disturbing and unacceptable by them. He added that Nigeria needs a national campaign and discussion around vote buying. The activist said a situation where elections are determined by the highest bidder or the highest spender makes a mockery of democracy. Several passengers have been feared dead in multiple accidents along the Ilesha-Akure Highway, Osun State, on Monday. It was gathered that the accident occurred around 11:35 a.m. at Erin-Ijesha, a town in the Oriade local government area, when a diesel-laden tanker spilled its content on the highway, causing an explosion that affected several vehicles. An eyewitness said about 7 vehicles, including an 18-passenger commercial bus, were reportedly burnt. He said that the tanker fell on the move and caught fire immediately. The police public relations officer in Osun State, Mrs. Yemisi Okpalola, confirmed the development to journalists, but said she could not give the number of casualties yet. Coming up in a moment in our entertainment news, Nigerian rapper Lil Frosh responds to domestic violence allegations. We're still on to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM. Over now to entertainment. Nigerian rapper Sani Goriola, known as Lil Frosh, has responded to the domestic violence accusations levied against him by girlfriend Iyoma Terire Taiwo on Sunday, October 11th, 2020. In a statement posted on his social media page, Lil Frosh said he would like to inform his fans and loved ones to be at ease and stated that he condemned violence in all forms, be it domestic or otherwise. This comes after Lil Frosh's contract with Davido's label, DMW, was terminated on grounds of domestic violence. However, Davido has said Lil Frosh will still get his support even after his terminated contract with his label. And lastly, American rapper David Jackson, better known by his stage name Fabulous, and his longtime partner Emily Bustamante have welcomed their third child together. The former love and hip-hop star, Emily, who just celebrated her 39th birthday on Saturday, gave birth to the couple's baby girl on Sunday, October 11. The proud mother took to her Instagram story to share a video of her daughter, Tania Williams, from a previous relationship, holding her baby sister in the hospital. The new addition is Emily's fourth child, as she already has a daughter from a previous relationship and two sons, Joanne Jackson and Jonas Jackson. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Edo State House of Assembly elect a new speaker. President Muhammadu Buhari promises extensive reform of Nigeria Police. Tanker explosion claims dozens of lives in Osun Highway. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. KFM News Break was produced by Nusakai Wadiaye and Benjamin Kaduri, saying thanks for listening. Good evening.
Wake up every day, feeling so down, need motivation. Turn on my excitement, 92.7, everybody knows KUFM. I'm in love with my radio, KUFM. I'm in love with my radio, KUFM. I'm in love with my radio, KUFM. 92.7 is my radio. Start up my day with a KU breakfast. So move to the KU midday. So Radio Tori, hey, Sports Fiesta. KU drive time, and I wrap up my day with the KU nightlife. KU FM, I'm in love with my radio. KU FM, I'm in love with my radio. KU FM, I'm in love with my radio. KU FM, 92.7 is my radio.
Wireless NG provides fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. We are situated at number 5 Ramaya Kennedy Street, off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, and our marketing office is at 70 Lowy Complex, Upper Road, Benin City. Our services are currently available in Benin and Lagos. You can reach us on our mobile 707-367-30125 or 080-788-79960 or on our website www.wirelessng.com. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Who you Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. whether na the small one for barber shop or I been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. For the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 79, 81 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner.
Malaria don't let it bother you. Now the time don't reach where my life go show and we. Oh yeah, show malaria we. Say bye bye to malaria.
Don't reach make you collect your mumu potion for malaria hand with Malak, the better medicine from May and Baker. We don't make products past 75 years. Malak contain dehydroartemisinin piperaquine, where they work inside body for up to 6 weeks and they stop malaria from knocking you glass bones. All you need do now to take 3 tablets for 3 days and the medicine goes summer the malaria come out your body sharp sharp. Now the power of Malak be that. Malak, your control button for malaria. Is the pharmacy way they near you. If symptoms persist after 3 days, make you go see your doctor. A product of May and Baker.
We woke up to life.
Stop behaving like a baby because as you do so, now suffer, then they suffer also. Make our country a better place.
Nigerians are very resilient.
A nation's culture resides in the heart of its people. That's why, ahead of our Independence Day, we set a stage for Nigerians to talk to Nigeria. Watch the video and join the conversation on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook with the hashtag #OriginalTalk. Or you could visit www.origin.ng to record and upload your original talk video. Stay original.
Good news. Scratch that. Great news! KUFM 92.7 is about to turn the excitement up a notch again. This time, we bring the world to you. We can now broadcast your events, parties, birthdays, marriage ceremony, naming ceremony, political rallies, and lots more to the world live. For any of the mentioned event coverage, simply visit our marketing office at 62 4th floor, Enterprise Building, Ihama Road, GRA Benin City, Edo State, or our broadcast station at Ward 8 and Bypass, Benin Auchi Expressway, Edo State, Nigeria, or call these numbers 0806 023 2180 or 0806 530 5657. KUFM. Turn on excitement.
It's the KU Drive Time Show.
You should have been downtown. The people are rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lie. Oh my, time heals all, but you out of time now. Judge gotta watch us from the clock tower. Little tear gas cleared the whole place out. I'll be back with the hazmat for the next round. We was trying to protest and the fires broke out. Look out for the secret agents, they be planted in the crowd. Said it's civil unrest, but you sleep so sound like you don't hear the screams when we catching beat down. Staying quiet when they killing, but you speak loud when we ride. Got opinions coming from a place of peace. Sicker than the COVID, how they did them on the ground. Speaking of the COVID, cause it's still going around. Won't you tell me about the looting? What's that really all about? Cause they throw away black lives like paper towels plus unemployment rate. What, 40 million now? Killed a man in broad day. Might never see a trial. We just wanna break chains like slaves in the south. Started in the north end, but we ended downtown. Riot cops try to block, now we got a showdown. Down. You should have been downtown. The people are rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn times. Downtown, where I got popped with the rubber bullets. Straight down, got it in my name now. I'm shook. Never understand why they do it. Someone cut the channel off the news before I lose it. I ain't even tripping if you with